All right, Necromaniacs, here we go. We got our Genestealer cult list built. I keep waiting for the rules set, I don't even know what you'd call it, the event packet for Adepticon for the Necromunda stuff. We've gotten it for Stargrave. We haven't really got it for Battlefleet Gothic. So this Adepticon, well, it's been 2 years since they ran it, so it seems to be running a little rusty, but that's fine. We're going to get it figured out, is the answer. So I am still bringing, in the notes of when you chose the stuff, it said bring 1,250 points from a book, either the new stuff or the old stuff, and you'll get a packet that shows you how to do that soon. Never got the packet, but regardless, we got 1,250 points worth of Genestealer Cult, and I'm using the build list that they had in 2020, which allows you to bring or add 5 additional skills, 1 per character. If any character can get a skill, be it a gang leader, a champion, or like a specialist, then you can give them 1 additional skill per character, but up to amount of 5. So I've done that on this too, so I hope that's right. We'll see. I bet it is. That's pretty standard, so I think that's going to be the way they're doing it. Like I think Adepticon's been run very similarly most of the years, so it's why I'm expecting it to be when you show up. If not, we're gonna move and change on the fly. I'll be posting videos about my matches that we do while I'm there. They'll be very freeform, so I have some sort of lighting, and I do this on my iPhone, so I know I don't put a lot of grit into making my videos, but at the same time, they will be even worse than what I already put out, if that can be imagined. So. But I will be posting videos of how it's going, cool gangs. If people don't mind being interviewed, I know some people, some people might not want to be on camera in some random stranger's YouTube video talking about Necromunda, even though they're playing it. I get that, but I'm sure there are plenty that do. When I played Blood Bowl, I literally lived down the street from the, what was their podcast called? The Dice Down guys, I think something like that. And so they would pull me in and interview me about after matches just because I was easy to pull in an interview and I could talk about Blood Bowl. So we'll see if we can get some interviews with the players that I'm playing with and see what they were thinking, stuff like that, get their tactical layout, what they were doing. Again, this is way less competitive than almost any other game that I've played. That's a GW game. So anyways, let's get into it. Sorry, I'm rambling. First, I'm taking the Psyker Leader. I'll post these up. I'm not going to hold these up because you're not going to be able to read them because they're glossy and small. So I'm going to try the Psyker out. I usually bring my 3-armed Pistolier guy just because for cool. I love him. He's literally my favorite miniature in the whole range is that Wild West looking Genestealer cultist with 3 auto pistols, or whatever pistols you want to make them. I love that miniature. So I'll probably put a picture of him up here just because I love him. But I'm bringing my Psycho Leader. The 2 skills I'm putting on her is Hypnosis and Mind Control. I'm just going to try 2 of the psychic powers. If I could change, or if I could have a 3rd skill, or what I waffled on was adding Overseer to help out with my heavy stubber guy, just because she might not be able to do a thing for a turn, and I don't want to lose her. She also has an auto gun. Again, I'm going to post up the cards for this so you see, because she needs something in case she can't reach out with her 9-inch hypnosis, stuff like that. But I'm going to try and get her in a spot that no one else can target her. And then, reach out with my mind and do it like I've talked about in the video for that. So we're going to try that out. I haven't got a whole lot of games. I think I've gotten 1 game playing that. So I'm going to read up, study, be prepared as I can, and let's see how it goes. So next is going to be my champ number 1, Nerves of Steel and Overwatch. Is what I added literally just now in pen on here because I've been waffling on what to give my heavy stubber guy. I've been waffling between Overwatch. Sorry. No, that's what it is. Overwatch and Infiltrate. It would be cool to me to surprise someone with the heavy stubber with an Infiltrate and just, if he has a clump of guys in cover, but, not well set up to where I could pick off one or two quickly, that would be super awesome with the Infiltrate, but I think it's kind of a one-trick pony. It's only at the very first of the game, and then after that, it's like a blown skill that you don't get to use anymore, and so I just couldn't do it. So I went with Overwatch instead, which I really think will protect me, hopefully, against charges. And just as players declare their action, I can stop and be like, hold on, Heavy Stubbor's going to activate with Overwatch, shoot, try and take that guy down, because if he goes down, prone or pinned, etc., then his turn's over. And oh, that could be awesome on a charger like that. Also, Nerves of Steel, that's pretty much an auto. It's the block. If you play Blood Bowl, it's that first skill you pretty much are going to give almost everything. That's what you do, is block or dodge on some different characters in Blood Bowl, is you're just going to put that on first. Next champ. Nerves of Steel, first selected skill, easy. This character has a long las. I didn't give them a secondary weapon. I gave an auto pistol to the Heavy Stubber just because I had points left. I would love to have given them an auto gun, of course, but I didn't have the points. I had like 10, but not 15. So, gave the champ number 2 a long las, and they're going to set up in the back. Another one, this is another one where I was like, man, I'd love to give him Infiltrate, pop up, and get a shot off. But again, I was like, Overwatch is better, I think. Overwatch is going to be better, even though it would be cool. And I feel it's more thematic with the sniper, definitely, to infiltrate in, show up where, somewhere sneaky. This one's always going to be a backline fighter just because of the range. The long last actually has +1 between 19 to 36 inches, so that's going to help out. He wants to be shooting as long as possible. I have no idea what the maps are going to be, so we'll see what they are. I'll take pictures and post those. I will take pictures of all the different maps, just so people can see what they have there. So Nerves of Steel, and then also Overwatch. So we're going with that. For the same reason, that character comes running out, ends his first activation in the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden I go, hold on, I'm going to go Overwatch with this guy, take a shot at him while he's standing in the middle of the street. He thought he was going to get 2 across. Again, you always say, like, well, why would he wouldn't do that if he had Overwatch. I promise, players make mistakes. That's literally how you win these games. Players make mistakes, you capitalize on them, go from there. Now again, this is more a friendly match, so if they're like, oh, I totally forgot about that, do you mind if I pull him back? In most circumstances, I would say yes. Yeah, sure, totally. I don't want to get you, like, I hate the gotcha. You can go back to my very first video. I hate gotcha stuff. I hate the, oh, I didn't know you had a rule, therefore you get me. And I know that when it gets more competitive, that's the whole point. And I understand that, but I hate when players are like, oh crap, I read that and then totally forgot about it. So most of the time I'll give them kind of that one, like, yeah, you can get this one, but if you do it again, I'm probably gonna hit you. And I feel like they would be like, okay, that totally makes sense. If I forget again, that's on me. So that's how I'm gonna do the second champ. Next is gonna be a Whip Aberrant, and it's an Aberrant Specialist because I need to put skills on them. It comes with Unstoppable, because it's the Aberrant, and then I'm adding Nerves of Steel. It's the auto skill to me to put on as your first skill if you're going to get a skill. This has 2 Shock Whips. I'm going to bring the alternate model, which is my Razor Claws model, but just for sizing reasons, because his whips are flying out in the middle of nowhere, so he's hard to, if you're going to stick him in a hallway or up on a bridge or something like that, his arms get weird. So I a lot of times swap him out and be like, hey, this is counts as, it's the exact same base size, literally the same miniature, it just doesn't have giant whip arms. He has little rending claw arms instead. So I swap him out just for movement reasons on the actual playing surface. Usually no one has a problem with that. So he has 2 Shock Whips, and he has the Nerves of Steel because he's got to move. Now, main thing about this is the anti-flamer guy. This is that guy that hopefully can get close enough with his Shock Whips, adding the extended range to where he can charge and reach out and hit you, and you can't hit him back. I mean, if he can get up close enough, he can hit you with the Shock Whips, and you literally can't even attack back because you're not in base to base with him if they're a fighter. So that's kind of his tactic, is whip from further out and don't get attacked back, and then hopefully move on, keep doing that, and also allows him to hopefully get close enough so he doesn't just get pin locked constantly, like my Razor Claw guy always did. My friend would always just use, he had Escher, and he would pretty much dedicate one flamer to just make sure that whatever I tried to do with it, the Flamer just kept me pin locked continuously. And that's where Nerves of Steel comes in. So super big way to hopefully defeat that. Next are just our regular group fighters. I love them. Hazard Suit, Auto Gun. Easy, 60 points. It's dang near one of the best values in the game, for I would say, for an auto gun and a cheap guy. 4+ for his ballistic skill, not great, but it's a ganger. That's pretty much what you'd expect anyways. Got rapid fire on the auto gun. Got, I think, 5 of those guys. I'll post up a full roster at the end of this of what I'm taking. 5 of those guys, no, 6, sorry, 6 fighters, 6 regular gangers, and then 3 scum. Those 3 scum are just cheap bodies. They're 45 points each, taking 2 with las guns. I don't think I talked about this last time. I like to stick the las gun guys, the one on each end of the board, to protect those long empty edges where there's always never any terrain on the edges right there, because people don't want their terrain knocked on the off the table and smashed on the floor. So they usually leave like a between 3 to 6 inch gap along the sides and the top and the bottom of a 4x4 playing area, because they don't want people walking by and catching their pant loops on them and stuff and pulling them and smashing them on the ground. So those guys are going to set on the back of the board, because they have las guns, which is a nice long range weapon. It's the best cheap long range weapon in the whole game, because they can shoot 24 or 18 to 24 for their long range, and 18-inch short range. It's the best short range in the game because of that. It's +1 at 18 inches, and they're just going to protect my flanks setting out here. So and if they can move up, if they can press up without being in danger, I do, but most of the time they're just going to stay back and protect the flanks, so that any infiltrators that are coming at me from the sides, they can at least hold them back until someone else can move over to support. So that's how I use those. And then the third scum guy has an auto gun. He's just going to pair up. Usually if there's 2 gangers, he'll join in with them and just move as a fire team wherever I need him to go. That's pretty much everything. I've called this Purple Strain is the name of this gang, and they're 1,250 points. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm ready for Adepticon. Well, I'm not ready for Adepticon. I'm still painting. I got Battlefleet Gothic stuff I'm painting tonight. I got more gangs. I'm working on the Red Ronin. That's my Orlok gang. I'll put some pictures of those guys up soon. I may just do like a short showing how those guys are looking. I'm almost done with them. I had to paint a few guys. The sniper champion for this, I had to make a new miniature for. I used the Steel Legion sniper dude they have, because he looks really good, and just put Genestealer Colt head on him. Pretty easy. So that's it. Let me know what questions you got. Let me know if I messed anything up, but trust me, I know you guys will check my stuff. Tell me if I can't do anything or if it's not as effective as what I think it is. But that's okay. This is a list we're taking, and hopefully the rules packet will allow me to take this list. If not, I'm always going to bring extra miniatures. I got shotgun guys. I got plenty of other characters I can bring if I need to swap something out, because it's not exactly the build that I brought, because I didn't get that packet out. I bet we'll get the packet like 24 hours before the games start, and to me that's like, come on, man. But we'll see what happens. All right, that's it. Static out.
Wow.